The Archon Type B Gen2 now coming in to the US through PTR Industries. That's super good news for a lot of us who like and wonder one of these pistols. Before I get too far into it, let's go to the range and shoot it. PTR Industries, you guys all know who PTR is. They've been making cool MP5 clones, G3s, all those different accessories and things for those guns. They are now the, I guess, primary distributor for the Archon Firearms Type B Gen2. This pistol has a very unique history. It has tried to come and make a home here in the US through multiple different distributors for several years, going all the way back to the good old Salient Arms days. If you've been in the business as long as I have, you know that name and you know the drama that was around the Salient Arms debacle. The Archon Type B is a little different in the Gen 2 format than the original Gen 1. We're gonna go over that, but what these guys have come back with for the Gen 2 model is super, super dope. Before I get too far into that, let me tell you about what I do here at RDR Gear. We're a soft goods manufacturer. We specialize in plate gear, placards, chest rigs, a full line of canine gear, and our ever popular Safariland holster mods, holster wraps, holster accessories to enhance the performance of your Safariland duty holster, all which you can find on our website at rdrgear.com. Archon Type B Gen 2. So this gun came to me from my good buddy Cody, who owns Genesis Arms. He had asked me about some Safariland holster mods, and I am attempting to get this into a Safariland holster. We're gonna tackle that this weekend, but we'll get into that accessories-wise if that's successful at a later date. The design and the patent on the barrel system on the Archon Type B, they're now the only ones who hold a patent for that system, and that allows the barrel to have very little movement in the slide as it's shooting, which helps the gun track and shoot very flat. The second feature of that is how low the gun sits in the hand. You can see almost my index finger almost is middle of the slide, and with how deep that red dot cut is, you can see how low that bore axis really is in the hand. The other feature of this gun that is very unique and very innovative is the frame. Unlike other companies who give you a frame option, you get an entire new frame. You have to, you get that and they're non-serialized, etc. Well, with the Archon guys, they have basically made Lego blocks of frame to allow you to add to the length of the frame. So when you look at all the parts and pieces, they have longer back straps that you pop the pin, do a new back strap. So now you can add all these Lego components into the frame length to increase the frame length. And that's why you get 15 round mags and 17 round magazines. This frame will go all the way down to a 13 round magazine. That 13 round magazine is not shipping with the guns currently, but I believe you can get those through PTR, and you can reach out to them and ask that question. But you get the 15 round flush fit magazine in the box, and then you also get the extended 17 round magazine in the box as well. You get both magazines, all the components to expand and reduce that grip length, as well as your threaded and non-threaded barrel, and of course your texture, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. One of the big differences from the Type 1, Type 2 pistols, aside from the frame, the Gen 1 pistol had a very kind of plain polymer injection frame, had some texture on the grip, but now with the Type 2, you get the optics ready cut. So this is the Acro. They have an RMSC footprint for 507Ks, EPS-Ks, etc., and of course RMR. These are all direct milled to the gun, so there's no plate systems. Even though they're direct milled, they're not super low into the slide. So you still have some co-witness issues. So if that's a thing for you guys in co-witness red dot to irons, you're gonna have to research what red dot irons work on these pistols. But I don't find that the co-witness is needed as much anymore. So today I didn't have a problem with it, but again, that is an option for you guys. If you do want to have a co-witness irons, you're gonna have to find what works for that pistol. Let's move on to the frame. So when I first got the pistol from Cody, I pulled it out of the bag. I thought this was stippling. It's not. It's Talon grip overlay. And that's kind of cool because Talon, this is the first product I've ever seen that's OEM using the Talon grips over a pistol. If you don't know what those are, they're a stickum type of rubber sheet that has a texture to it, and you can kind of overlay it on different pistols that have outlines on the pistol. Glock, SIGs, all kinds of different options there, but it works very well. With those guns, it's kind of a stick 'em over, so you can peel it at times, where I feel with the Archon here, it's actually recessed into the frame itself, so that could add some serious longevity to the frame of the pistol without having to have it stippled. So again, that's something that will probably be tested over time, but it feels very good in the hand. It looks very good, and again, it's not a stipple. It's simply almost like a sticker, but it's recessed into the frame, which I think was a very good job on that. The other super innovative feature of this pistol is how they've gone about giving you frame modularity. With most of the companies now, SIG, Springfield, Echelon, if you want a different length of grip with different capacity of magazine, you need an entirely new lower grip module. The boys at Archon have come with a pretty cool way to do that. So when you get the gun, it will ship with a 17-round magazine and a 15-round magazine. The only magazine it does not ship with right now is the 13-round magazine. I believe those are going to be able to pick those up through PTR. You'll contact them to get details on that. But this frame will reduce all the way down to a 13-round magazine or expand out to a 17-round magazine. And you'll notice with, for example, 17, this little gap right here. Well, all these little modular plug pieces come into play, and you simply just insert these into the back strap, correctly, and now you have different length back straps that will allow you to connect all these pieces together and now expand that frame. So a pretty cool feature there, and allowing you to fix this grip width. And if you don't want to run it, just run the flush fit magazines and you're good to go. And you can see here the 15-round magazine block is inserted now. And if you took that out, you'd go down to the 13, the 15-round magazine would have that excess gap there. So super, super innovative on that part of the pistol as well. Trigger. Trigger to me is not anything really to write home about. Like, oh my God, it's amazing. It is fairly good. It does have, you got your wall, and then you get that little bit of extra wall. Reset is out, and then you got that take up again right there. And then now you're at the real wall. So trigger, it's fast. With how low the gun sits in the hand, how that barrel just reciprocates at a horizontal line, it does shoot very fast, and you can easily track that red dot, and it's a super clean package. But again, trigger is nothing crazy to write home about. The one con I have on the gun is mag release. So you'll notice how on this side, the mag release area is raised up, and when you grip the gun as a right-handed shooter, you'll notice that there's not quite enough space to, if it's longer, I can kind of go here, but when I get a high 10 grip on the pistol, you'll notice how my middle finger is covering the mag release. Well, when I go to release the magazine release, I'm much higher above the mag release, and so now I have to adjust my grip to get the mag release. And when I do hit mag release, I'm now hitting my finger on the side. So I do have to kind of change grip a little bit to get the mag out of that gun. That's my only real design issue with the pistol. But again, all it is flexing that middle finger out of the way, get the mag out, gun goes back in, or mag goes back in, gun's back in business. So again, that's more of a personal gripe than any kind of a flaw per se. But when you look at this pistol with all the accessories, the multiple magazines, you get the threaded barrel, non-threaded barrel, The overall package for the Type 2, or Gen 2, excuse me, pistol from Archon, that's a super legit package. They're roughly around $1,000, what I've heard street price. It comes with one magazine of the 17, one magazine of the 15, and I believe that package does include both barrels. Don't quote me on that, but what I did find research was that it did come with that on both these barrels. The barrel swap is very, very easy as well. Then, of course, all your magazine components or your frame components to expand your magazines all come in the bag as well. The bag is kind of unique too. It's kind of like it's like one of our amps, right? It's like a dangler fanny pack combination thing here. You get a pocket up front, two mag pockets up here. You can run this as a dangler into a plate carrier, which is kind of strange. And of course, it's got a belt in here, but I'm not figuring out how I think the belt goes just like through the back right here. Wait, my battery died. It goes through the spot right here, then you could run it as a fanny pack. So pretty unique little design as far as the bag goes that it comes in. But again, you guys, the Archon Type B, very, very cool, innovative pistol that's struggled to make a home in the U.S. Now PTR Industries backing these guys and bringing those pistols in. I think you're going to see a lot more of these in your local gun shop. If you have a chance to try one, check it out. I think you'd be very surprised on how well this gun shoots. You guys, as always, if you like this content, subscribe, turn notifications on. It'll let you know the next time we upload a video. Until next time, be well, take care.